guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a wedding recap video. I've been promising this video for since I got married, and I told you guys that I was going to do it with Doug since he helped me with most of the wedding. Yeah, so he's here today for my video. It's been a month and 5 days, we just counted, since we got married. And then yeah, we just wanted to do it so everything is fresh in our minds. So honestly, I'm forgetting a lot of stuff, even that, you know, I think maybe it's because I'm pregnant, but I'm already forgetting stuff, so I wrote everything down, and I wanted to tell you guys what we would have done differently, the total cost. I wanted to basically try my best to tally up everything. I haven't even told Doug the total cost. But yeah, I will go ahead and put that in the description box for you guys to see every single detail. It's not going to be like down to the cent, but it's a roundabout cost of how much it cost us to do our wedding by ourselves with like an Airbnb venue. So a lot of you guys asked what we ended up doing with our cake. I don't even think you really know.
I have no
Doug
idea what happened to the cake.
He had no idea. But you know what it looks like. Like, you remember what it looked like, right?
Well, yeah, but we sliced it, and then Hayley was like, "Don't smash it on my face! Don't smash it on my face!"
I spent hours.
And then she smashed it in my face.
But you're not wearing makeup.
I know.
But, yeah. So we ended up just getting it from a bakery, like you guys said. So initially we were gonna get Costco cheesecakes because
Which would
Doug
have been
and
bomb. We love cheesecake.
It's our favorite. So it's not like we just wanted to do that to be cheap. We wanted to just get cheesecake, but we had our wedding in July, so it would have melted.
Probably.
Because you cannot leave cheesecake out. So we didn't do that. And then a lot of you guys talked about, like, for us to go to, you know, grocery stores. And I don't know why, but we just could not find a grocery store that could get the right size for the right amount of people and the right price. So my mom was just like, "Hayley, don't be so cheap. Like, I'm gonna just get your cake." So my mom got a cake from a bakery, and it was like, I think it was $200 or $180 or something, which isn't that bad. And the only thing we did was we just got white plain buttercream frosted cake, like 2 tiers. And then my friend who went to cooking school, not that that matters, but we put her in charge of decorating it, so she just put like some flowers on it. But I will go ahead and insert pictures for you guys to see what we're talking about. But yeah, it was good. We had like
it was good.
Raspberry and butter, some kind of butter filling on the inside. My mom picked it. We don't really care, so we're not like cake people. So yeah, it was really good, and it wasn't a bad price because we just got it white with like no frills, so that saved us a lot of money right there. And then for the DJ, half of you guys said for us not to get a DJ, actually more than half, because our wedding was only around 45 people. Or maybe less, I can't remember. And then the other half of you guys told us to get a DJ, like, you need it. So Doug and I just, I don't know, we both felt pretty degaff about the wedding just because I was in my second trimester, and Doug's a man, like, he could care less about impressing people or doing anything like that, especially since it was just our closest friends and family. So we ended up doing it ourselves.
No. I ended up doing it.
Doug was in charge of that.
I was the DJ.
Because I could not be bothered. Like, that had so many other things, and I am not, like, good at announcing. I'm not going to announce myself.
So we ended up buying, like, a karaoke machine that has a microphone and a...
Stereo.
Yeah, it's like a little speaker. And you have a microphone control, and then you have music control. So we were able to do speeches with it and play music with it. So I did that.
And hook your phone.
Hook my phone up to it. So we did that, and then I got the free trial of Spotify Premium, so that way we
I don't know what he did. I'm just hearing this right now.
So that way we could download all of the music, because we were out in the middle of nowhere and there was no internet.
Yeah, no Wi-Fi.
And
really.
I wasn't gonna download all the playlists, all the music, and then make playlists. That takes
forever for an entire wedding of like 4 to 6 hours or whatever.
So we ended up just using Spotify, and I just made Spotify playlists, and then I would just hit play.
Yeah, and honestly, like, our wedding was fairly small that we just didn't feel the need to impress.
No.
I don't know. Like, it was intimate, and...
Everyone was there for,
like, I wore flip-flops. You couldn't see my feet, so I would have worn flip-flops if you could see my feet. It doesn't matter how many people were there. But I ended up changing, and so did my bridesmaids, our shoes, because we just want to be comfortable and, like, have fun. We didn't want to feel super, like, uppity, you know? Yeah. And we're not that kind of... You know, we're not that kind of people. Yeah. Half the wedding was a reggae playlist. Not half, but, like,
pretty much.
The food, because we love reggae, so...
Yeah, the cocktail hour... and the dinner portion. So the cocktail hour was reggae.
And a lot of it was like Michael Bublé.
And then the dinner portion was like Michael Bublé and Frank Sinatra and people like that.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the dinner playlist was reggae.
Okay.
Because that brought it back up a little bit.
Kind of.
And then
the dance playlist.
And then the dance playlist was like
So you made Spotify playlists for each? Yeah. Because people are going to want to know if they're doing it
so for Spotify playlists, I did you do like a cocktail hour, and then you could do like a pre-ceremony or a dance, and then I even did first dance,
like father, daughter, mother, son, yeah.
And then
like the garter toss, the bouquet.
And you make playlists for basically like every big section that happens.
And people are probably gonna ask, because I know I've been asked this, like how long do you make it? As long as possible.
Yeah, you just make it
because
really
you don't
long.
really want to necessarily restart a playlist.
Yeah.
But no one's gonna notice if you're doing that anyways.
No.
Like honestly. So yeah.
And if someone nitpicks at that,
then they shouldn't be at your wedding. Like for reals. Like if someone's like, oh, they don't have a DJ, it's like, get out. Like we didn't invite anyone that would ever say that, at least to our face. So
no.
I don't know. Everyone at our wedding knew that we're just. I mean, I was pregnant, and it doesn't matter honestly. So yeah, we would do that again in a heartbeat because we saved so much money. What was the quotes that you got?
Man, I got a quote from some guy who was like.
For 40 people?
Yeah, for 40 people. For
I mean,
6
not that that
hours,
matters because he's doing the same thing.
$3,700.
Yeah, and I think it might have been.
I was like, you need to chill.
I mean, you didn't say that. You were like, no, thank you.
But then he said, okay, I'll, we can work something out.
Well, that's what they do. They start high.
We'll do something like $2,500.
It's like, what are you doing? You should just
for the silver for the silver package or whatever. And I was like, this.
What does that not include? So yeah, we are so happy we did that because it's just not worth it to us. Like I think we would have had the same amount of time or the same amount of fun as if we had some DJ guy like MCist, coordinating it. It was really easy just to go on your phone and click the playlist and not have to worry about it until the next portion of the wedding. So we barely really even touched our phones. The only thing we did was stop it for speeches. So yeah, it was super easy, and I will go ahead and link below the exact stereo because it worked amazingly. It was so loud.
Super cheap. It was really loud.
Like, you think it'd be not loud? It was like $100.
They told us to turn the music down.
Yeah, he told us to turn it down like the house down the street. So it was super loud. And yeah, it came with a microphone. So a lot of the people didn't even need the microphone for speeches, but my friends who were not as loud as the guys, they used the microphone for their speeches, and it was loud, and you could turn up the volume or down.
All the girls and me.
Yeah, you just wanted to use it.
I did.
So the flowers at the wedding was a big fiasco. You guys will know I talked about it in like many a vlog because I did not want to pay a florist to make flowers that I could make because I just feel like I'm good at something like that. Like I could do that, and most girls they just are scared and they don't want to be stressed on their wedding, which I totally understand. But at the same time, I didn't make my flower arrangements the day of the wedding. I made it the night before, so it was
not a real big difference with that. I mean, there's kind of a big difference.
I wasn't stressed on the day of because it was done. Yeah. But yeah, some brides out there want everything done for them, which I could totally understand. It is a hassle, especially if you're having a large wedding. I would not recommend.
Yeah.
But I was just all about cutting corners. We were going to Japan. Japan is one of the most expensive places next to Europe. Because it just is. So we wanted to spend our money in Japan. We did not want to spend our money on a 5-hour event or 6-hour, whatever it was. So we just didn't see like our return of investment on that. I don't know. So anyways, I did it myself. I went to the LA Flower Mart, like you guys will have seen in my Snapchat. I Snapchatted the whole thing. I didn't get to vlog it because it was just too much. And my parents and I put it together the night before. We did like, I think 10 centerpieces and a few extras. And I did all the bridesmaid bouquets, which I'll insert pictures of, and my bouquet, which was stressful, but I pulled it off. To be honest, in the pictures, I mean, so far, it looks like I got it done. Yeah. Like, you can't tell.
Nope.
And I'm not even kidding. I think all of the flowers were only $600. I think maybe $500 to $600 at most when I got quoted, like, $3,000.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and my friends, like, do my bouquets. Kaylee wants me to do her bouquets or help her with it, or she wants to do it herself. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. I feel like I could do it better next time. Like, I could be a pro at this, but I'm not going to go there because it's a hassle.
And if you have a lot of people, then you should probably do a florist thing, because I showed up the night before the wedding with the it
looked like a florist shop.
Yeah.
Like there were
flowers
stems and
everywhere.
Yeah.
There were cuts, cut up stuff everywhere. Yeah. There was stuff to tie.
My parents did not know what they were getting themselves into.
No, it was
I was like, please.
A huge amount of work and an ordeal to
But it was so worth it.
Yeah.
I would have done.
But we only had 40 people.
Yeah, we only had 40 people.
Yeah,
and I still would have done it if I had 100. I would have just needed more hands.
Really long time.
More hands, yeah. So I would have done it because I don't want to spend thousands on flowers. They die. Like, you can't even take them with you.
Yep.
They're for pictures. Like, what the heck? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. After, like, getting this wedding done and it being over, it just baffles me the amount of money people spend on their weddings because of this, you know, American, or not even American, it's like worldwide wedding culture. It's like a culture. Yeah. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'm glad we did that. So, the food we had catered, that was the one thing we didn't do by ourselves because I'm not about to make food. I'm not good at it. I don't even want to go there. It crossed my mind because I was like, ooh, I could make pasta. No. So his mom, like, took care of the food, thank God. And we had, like, really good food. We had chicken and tri-tip and a bunch of different sides, but it was buffet style, so we didn't have, like, servers come and serve everybody. No need for that. Because that costs an arm and a leg,
We had the most casual wedding, so having a buffet style.
It was casual, but it didn't look casual.
No.
Like, it looked very, I would say, like,
no,
it looked nice.
It looked nice and it looked well done. But the step from casual to formal is, like,
servers
being served.
Yeah, being served.
Know, or having everything done for you. Like
having everything done for you. If I had a lot of money, or if I just felt like I needed that, then I would have had servers because it's cool. Like, if we went to a wedding once and it was out of this world crazy. I swear it must have cost like $200K.
Yeah.
And they had servers and all this stuff, but it doesn't necessarily make your wedding more fun.
No.
It's all
makes
about
it more formal. It makes the appearance seem more elegant.
Like, but we're not about that life.
No.
Like, at all. So yeah, we didn't have that and no one cared. You could get as much food as you wanted. You could scoop mounds of food on your plate.
Because the food was good.
Yeah, the food was really good. That's all that matters, I think. So for bridesmaid dresses, Doug didn't even know what they looked like until he came to the wedding, but I got them from Rent the Runway. A lot of you guys asked. They're from Badgley, Michigan, which is crazy. You don't even know, but I think the dresses normally, if you didn't rent them, cost like, I think $600, $800. And my bridesmaids rented them from, I think, one dress, because I had them choose between two. I think one was $70 and one was $80, or $90 maybe.
It's not bad.
So yeah, they loved that because most weddings you have to spend $200, and then to get it hemmed, it's like $250 to buy your dress. So yeah, they came on time. It was a little stressful because one of the girls, I had 8 bridesmaids, so I had a lot. Sarah, her dress was a little too short for her, so she just grabbed another bridesmaid's dress because you get 2 sent to you, 2 different sizes, so that's really helpful. And there's plenty of reviews online, so yeah, we loved it. And our dresses were immaculate, like they were perfection.
They were really nice.
And they're expensive, and you're never gonna get to feel or look like that. You know, again, unless it's your own wedding. So, yeah, we love that.
So, we got our suits. They're not tuxes.
Oh, suits.
Well, yeah.
They had a vest.
Suits.
Yeah.
We had a vest, but they had regular ties. I had a bow tie. We got them from Friar Tux. We were able to get the jacket, the vest, and then the pants to keep. So, we purchased those, and then we rented the shoes and the tie and handkerchiefs.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't want to purchase their tux, but we asked, like, you asked your groomsmen what they would want, right? And they wanted it, so I think it just depends on, like, how many people you have and what they want to do.
It depends on also, like, do they like suits?
Yeah, like, do they wear suits? Yeah. And they do. Like, they needed it for
my friends like them.
So I want to talk about, like, the most memorable part of our, like, experience at the wedding. So the first one is the speeches. We had every single bridesmaid and groomsmen do speeches, and there was a party, it was like 20 people, which I know you're like, oh my god, that sucks. But when the wedding is mostly, you know, filled with your friends, everybody kind of already knew each other, and it just makes the wedding more intimate. And we told our people, like, do not give cheesy speeches that are 2 seconds, or else we don't want you to give a speech. Like, we were so strict on it. We were like, tell a funny story, like, entertain the guests, because I've been to weddings where like both the parties will say speeches, or they, you know, they'll have just like 2 people give speeches, and it doesn't feel very fulfilling. Like, you don't really get to know the people at the wedding. You don't get to know, like, the experiences behind, you know, the groomsman and his groom, or
the groom and his groomsmen.
Yeah, the groom and his groomsmen.
Me and my friends.
Yeah, so, like, why are they in the wedding? Like, why are they here? And everybody else may not know them, so I think having them tell a memorable moment or give a really compelling speech, that was, like, really important to us. That's what we wanted from them the most, and they totally did that.
Yeah, and it was so, like, powerful that even my parents said, we, like, had no idea that you were this close with your friends.
Yeah, so I think, like, for my biggest advice for, like, making a emotional wedding is to tell your bridesmaids and groomsmen that this is really important to you.
Yeah.
Like, tell them that you want I know it's nerve-wracking. They're probably not going to want to give
Mm-hmm.
speeches, but be like, if I want you to do one thing, it's not to just be there for me emotionally. It's to give a good speech.
Yeah.
Like, write it down. Like, they don't have to memorize it.
Like, don't make them do a stupid dance. Don't
No.
make them
It's
don't make
not
them memorize
memorable.
anything like that.
Yeah.
Just have them talk about it. All my groomsmen did was the main theme was that we were all best friends
In fraternity.
or growing up, and then Hayley comes in, and that's kind of like how everything was. So it was kind of funny. It was cool to see for them to be able to talk about how the friendship and like relationship meshed. And then
Before
be able
me.
Yeah, and then to be able to, but then be able to share that with
Yeah.
everyone. So everyone after the wedding, that was like their favorite part. Was all the speeches.
And that's my favorite part of weddings.
That's one
A
of my
lot of
favorite
people
parts.
hate speeches. Like, a lot of people go to weddings and they're like, oh, great, speech time. Like, we don't know these people.
Yeah.
But that's because they're not giving good speeches.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
because they're super basic.
Basic. Yeah,
Right.
so we didn't want that.
Yeah.
We were, like, annoying about that.
Yeah.
We were like, people,
You're
get
doing
it together.
speeches.
Okay, so my second favorite part about the wedding was how much Doug cried. Okay, so
It was
I thought...
a lot.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna bawl during coming down the aisle because I was like hormonal and pregnant, and also I just like cry. He doesn't really know this,
Not because you're getting married, but because you're hormonal.
but I really
and
thought I was gonna
pregnant.
cry, like really. And so also because every time I thought about my speech, I would cry to myself. Like, I wrote my, or not my speech, my vows, because we wrote our own vows, which again is another big tip. I would say write your own vows. Even if you think you're gonna cry and ruin your makeup, I think it's worth it. But a lot of people don't do it because they're scared
It was
about
really nice. I liked it.
sharing your emotions with everybody, but isn't that the point of a wedding? I don't know. So we wrote our own vows, and I wrote mine the night before because I was busy doing flowers, so I had no time to do it. But I wrote mine the night before, and I cried the entire time I was writing it. But of course, as I'm walking down the aisle, I don't cry, and as I'm reading them, I don't cry. I don't know why. It's like, I think it was the pregnancy.
And here's me.
It made me not cry.
Crying as Hayley's walking down the aisle.
Dude, he cried.
Crying as I'm reading my vows.
I had to like calm him. I was
Crying
like,
as Hayley's reading her vows.
yeah,
Crying,
and I didn't
crying
get that on
as
camera.
we're walking
I'm
back
so
down
annoyed.
the aisle.
But yeah, so you guys didn't get to see, but Doug was bawling when I walked down the aisle, which I liked. That was a memorable time.
It's kind of cheesy, but that was my memorable moment. Was
You
seeing
cried?
Hayley walk down the
Oh.
aisle. That was intense. Super intense. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I don't know
Well,
why you...
It's because the groomsmen and bridesmaids walked down, but I was slightly turned this way because Hayley was coming from this side. So I was slightly turned like this, and everyone was lined up, and then I was just like...
Getting all crazy about it?
Yeah. So that was really memorable, and then the speeches too. Like,
Yeah.
to some people, a wedding is just a party, but to us, it was like being able to see all of our close friends and family again and be able to like not reconnect with them because we're always connected, but
Have them all in the same place.
to have them all in
Yeah.
the same place was amazing.
So I wanted to just put this in the end because I know this will probably get asked, but what we would have done differently, I asked Doug before this and he said nothing, but of course.
I mean, there are some things, but
Like what?
Nothing that's like that big of a deal.
Well, what is it? Because people want to know for their wedding.
Let me see what
I'll
I would have
mention
done
some
different.
stuff.
Okay. What I would have done differently. Practiced our first dance more.
Yeah.
I would have thought about
What was our song?
what?
What was our
It
first
was You
dance?
by Chris Young.
You by Chris Young.
Yeah.
So
So it was like a country kind of slow dance song.
I suck at dancing.
Yeah.
Also, we practiced the day before, or the week before, like 3 times. So
I would have done that differently. It might have ruined it, but I would have tried to figure out how your dress is, because
Oh
when
my
we
God,
were
I
dancing,
know.
we couldn't dance.
my dress was huge.
It's like we were like this.
No, it wasn't
know.
that bad. It was just the skirt that was really full.
I couldn't. Yeah, I just kept stepping on her dress or.
But that's kind of how it is.
It's
like,
fine.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
to look good.
It was fun. Like the first dance and everything was
Yeah.
so fun.
Okay, so the thing, like, I have a list of things because I planned it, and I know what I wanted, but I didn't get, you know? Not in a annoying way, but just how things worked out. First thing was the ceremony music. We booked a guitarist, but he kind of, like, flaked the week of. So I don't know how I could have gone around that. I guess maybe gotten a more credible source, probably. Definitely gotten a more credible source, actually. So yeah, we ended up just using that same speaker and then having someone move it. So yeah, I would have gotten a more credible guitarist or violinist or something like that, because I did want some kind of live music, even if it was for the ceremony. And then, yeah, my next thing is I would have gotten ready a lot sooner. We started getting ready at... Well, for me, this is a little different because I did everybody's makeup. I did pretty much everybody's makeup with the exception of one bridesmaid. So yeah, I didn't have enough time for myself, which was kind of annoying, and I was a little bit stressing because that's the one thing I would stress about is makeup. I know. But yeah, we started getting ready I think at 10 a.m. and I would have started at 8 if I was doing everybody's makeup. But I don't regret doing everyone's makeup because they felt good.
Yeah, we woke up at
and they really wanted me to do it. You guys woke up at 10 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have gotten ready sooner. And then I also would have ate a meal before going down the aisle.
Oh, same.
You would have?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was so hungry, and that was another thing. Walking down the aisle, I felt shaky and like just not myself because I was also pregnant, but also because I was really hungry. So I would have had like a sandwich or something, and I just didn't have enough time to like eat before there were food. Like we had food, the bridesmaids, we got Costco sandwiches, but I didn't have time because I was rushing to do my own makeup and hair. So yeah, I would have ate before and given myself more time. So yeah, that's pretty much it for our little wedding recap video. Overall, I think we would have pretty much done everything the same. It was so worth it to save the money. I think around about we paid $16,000 to $17,000 for everything. Yeah, so I tallied it all up. It's expensive. Yeah. We had help from our parents, but we paid a lot, like a lot of it out of our own pocket. So yeah, but it was worth it.
No,
like it's
totally
so worth it.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't elope because in one of my first vlogs, I was like, am I gonna elope? Like that was the title. But Doug wouldn't let me. But I'm glad he didn't. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, then please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye guys. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am 22 weeks pregnant and I thought I would do another weekly update since you guys seem to really like them. Okay, so if you haven't already seen my pregnancy updates, I think I started doing them weekly in my second trimester.